Morning. Sorry for the delay. There was a technical glitch from our side. So that's the issue we were sorting out, and it was delayed by another 20 minutes. I'm really sorry for that. So we'll start with orientation towards Indian Forest Service. Right? So I'm not going into the basic details like what is service and all, because the expectation is most of the people who have been on this particular arena now are writing the Forest Service mains examination or do know well aware about the Forest Service. So I'm not going into the structure of the examination. I will be much focused on preparation part, right? But before to that, the prelude of it, you do have 6 papers, GK 300, right? General English for 300, and then you do have optional 1, which will have 2 papers, 200 and 200. Again, optional 2, again we'll have 200 and 200. Right? So the catch is, in case of these 2 papers, it is 300, right? Whereas you write civil service examination for 250 marks, right? So this area is going to be one major challenge will come, which is time management, right? Because you're writing another 50 marks ahead when compared to your civil service days times. Where the time is going to be the same, but marks are going to be slightly high. But no need to worry about it. Only thing that is required is a practice, basic practice, because questions are going to be from the simple place. Questions are going to be only one GK paper. Questions are going to be simple. 5 major areas the questions will come, right? Over the classes that we continue with respect to it, we'll discuss about GK analysis, general English analysis, optional paper, forestry paper 1 and 2 analysis. We'll discuss that over our classes. If it is geology, the geology faculty will be discussing with respect to that particular things, right? So largely speak about this part, right? Which is GK, general English and optional part we'll be discussing, right? So here, remember your time management has to play, right? Whereas when it comes to optional, this is going to be easier because you are writing 50 marks lesser than the civil service optional. Writing 50 marks lesser than the civil service optional. So in such a scenario, it's not going to be hard. Second, pages are going to be the same. Let it be 10 mark or 15 mark or 8 mark, you're going to go 2 pages, right? So it's going to be simple as that, right? So here you don't have the problem of time management. Only in the general knowledge paper, you will have the problem of time management. English, no time management problem will come because we'll speak about its structure. So you'll understand, right? Second, with respect to general English, as we start, right? You will have some paper for essay, and then you do have précis, you do have report or letter writing, right? And we do have something called grammar. This will be available. So these does not take much time. So you will never have a problem, something called, there's a problem of time management in general English, because only one essay is going to be, and the essay is also, they won't give you pages like civil service examination, like 13 pages, it's not going to be, 13 sides is not going to be there. Here it's going to be simple. English is never going to be a problem in terms of time management, right? Only you have to be bit cautious, not more, bit cautious when it comes to civil general knowledge paper, right? With respect to general knowledge, again, you will have very basic areas of 4 areas will be there. Multiple in detail discussions, we'll do it in the class time periods. We will have something called polity, history, economics, environment. Here environment will take a major role, unlike your civil service examinations. Agriculture part, geography, science will be there along with science and tech. See, this part will be new, whereas the history part also we will have something within ancient, medieval and modern, something of administration will be there. Administration part will be available with respect to it, right? Ancient and medieval part, administration is going to be there. That administration, like Gupta dynasty's administration, Mauryan dynasty administrations, right? So in detail discussions we'll discuss in the class because of the time paucity. Go on into preparation strategy more. So here questions are going to be simple, unlike highly complex nature of the questions, which will be seen in the areas of your civil service mains examinations. That's not going to be the case, right? Couple of things to discuss. New to the IFoS. This is something which again and again I discuss with respect to the students. I do not know the syllabus. I do not know the requirements of the examinations. Will it be possible? Year on year, that's a scenario with respect to the people, right? There is a few section of people or percentage of people who prepare from the last year or who would have prepared skipping the civil service mains examination. That percentage is going to be very minuscule, right? The first batch we had some number of populations like that. But the percentage is minuscule. Most population will write civil service mains, and after civil service mains, they'll start, right? Only one thing that has been the case, right? If you are able to run, if you are able to go as long as possible for the next 50 days, if you do it with your heart, you will be there in the interview, and if interview goes well, you will be in the service. We do have so much examples like that year on year with respect to it. So don't have to worry, even if you do not know about anything about Indian Forest Service. Only thing is, like, you have to run along. If you are forestry, do what is to be told in the next 30 days, 50 days of a time period. That will be suffix. If it is geology, geology faculty will tell you what to do with respect to it. That alone you do, you will be able to get good score with respect to it, right? Provided if both are being completed, right? That's the only thing, right? Second nature of question, or second nature which I wanted to discuss specifically, is physical requirement. Right? Because 6 to 7 years before, there has been a student who, after going to the interview and when was in medical examination state, we realized the person had a color blindness, because of which the person was being disqualified. So it was big thing. So it was a very heartbreaking moment for the person. So there are physical requirements. If you are men, you need 150 centimeter of height. If you are a woman, 140 centimeter of height. And we do have chest expansion, without expansion, and it's that usually people will get it. So this is with respect to height requirement. One. Number two, with respect to vision, we do have 6x6 with corrected, which means you can use the spectacles, like I have been using spectacles. With the spectacles, if you get 6x6, it's fine. If you have done LASIK treatments, it's also fine, because 2011 there has been a amendment rules has been available where the LASIK treatments has been made permissible. And if you get 6x6 with that, that is also been accepted, which has also been carried to IPS at a later point of time. So, color blindness is not acceptable. So color blindness is a physical requirement. That's why I mentioned that the person was affected with the person had a color blindness. So we had a heartbreaking moment with respect to it, because getting the service and not able to go is not an easy thing. Apart from that, you will have physical requirements, so like walking test, post mains examination, post interview, post your results, that people will be able to go. Apart from that, the rules very specifically does not mention the words, but generally says that the candidate should be in good health and able to perform the normal duties. So sometimes they look into the flat foot, knocked knees. So check whether you do have fulfill the requirements of physical, and you don't have color blindness or flat foot or knocked knees. Flat foot and knocked knees is not specifically mentioned. Color blindness is specifically discussed there, right? So this is with respect to second physical requirement, right? So I'll tell you what to do and what is the nature with respect to it. First, with respect to the myths and misinformation which has been prevailing with respect to it. Read one book, more than sufficient, you will get the service. UPSC, that means you have been disrespecting UPSC. Yeah? How can you read one book and you get the service? That's a big thing, no? It's not possible to do with respect to it. But there has been a scenarios at times when 2013 to 2015 time periods, not even 50% of the people went to the examination hall. Because that's the first time where prelim was included. People did not know what is forest service. They went on. Some people went to the examination where the competition has been reduced in the mains itself by 50%. So less number of people went to the interview. It became much easier. So UPSC changed the pattern. That time examination was 1 month earlier to civil service mains. So first forest service mains will be conducted. After civil service mains will be conducted. That time it would have been the scenario. After that, what happened is like, okay, so attendee were less, large amount of absentees were there. So UPSC changed its nature from keeping the examination before civil services to after civil service, something like 40-50 days after the civil service examination. But even today, attrition is there. 75 to 80% of people turn out to the examination because they do not know, one. Number two, after writing GK and English are first optional, they will not come to the second optional, not completing all the papers, number two. Number three, competition is kicking up its moment post 2020, 2021. So before that, people said, read one book, use color pencils, write something, you'll get marks. That is disrespecting UPSC. UPSC will not do that with respect to it. UPSC wanted to change the nature also once these kinds of information was made out in public. So UPSC did one thing with respect to changing the nature of questions. The nature of the questions has been moved largely from what to why. Change the nature of the questions has been moved from something called specific, because science will be specific. They made it appear like general. It is not general. The questions were made to look like it is general. People who go on to the examination will say that it's very general questions. So anything you write, you will get marks. The people did not get marks. The people got 60 marks, 70 marks out of 200. But whoever wrote it well got 120 also with respect to it. There's a huge mismatch has been there. To me, if you ask, that's a very good thing that UPSC has done. So whoever has been putting their heart and soul in their preparation gets into the good marks, gets into a good service, right? Whoever is taking it as lethargic asset has been facing the heat of the examination. It is not general, it is forestry. It is not general, it is agriculture, it is geology, it is botany, it is zoology, it is chemistry, it is mathematics. Mathematics and stat, I can't make it general because question is going to be question. But all other subjects, it doesn't, they make it look like general, but it will have to be there. For example, if the question comes, increasing the productivity of forest is important, discuss. It will be like, yeah, increasing the productivity of forest. People can write in different tone. How can write, sir, the productivity has to be increased, so nutrient has to be added. Nitrogen can be brought in, potassium can be brought in, phosphorus can be brought in. All your generic current civil service general answers can be put across. But how do we write in forestry? We write about in silviculture how we increase the productivity. In cultural operations, how we increase productivity. In tending operations, how we increase productivity. By improvement felling, how we increase productivity. By silviculture system, how we increase productivity. By soil science and soil management, how will we increase productivity? By tree breeding, how will we increase productivity? By mensuration techniques, by management techniques, how will we increase productivity? How come working plan plays a major role? Apart from this, all other silvicultural characteristics, something like spacing, composition, species, variety. This is going to be huge differences. People does not understand these differences and say that question is simple, question is simple, question is simple. Question is not simple. Question was made to look like general. Question is not general. Question is a specific forestry question or a specific geology, specific agriculture, specific botany, whatever may be your optional. That is a very specific question has been put across. Me writing this will give me 2 marks out of 10. Me writing this will give me 6.5 marks or 6 marks. This is where the difference between 120, 130 and 60 marks comes into it. So if you get 3 marks, 2 marks, 3 marks, I'll get 60 marks. If I get 6 marks, I'll get 120, 130 and 140 with respect to it. So what we focus with respect to it is how to write that optional paper scientifically. That is something that we'll have to understand. One, because why they made it from what to why and why they made it specific question to general question is, if what is available, you read one book or a couple of books, you will be able to answer. That's not going to be a problem. If I ask why, then the problem comes. Specific instead of specific, if I make the question look like general, but you can understand the question only if you know the subject, and you can reproduce an answer only if you know the subject means, then it becomes extremely complex with respect to it. That's where the mark has to come. Are we comfortable with respect to it? Shall I move further? Yes. So for an example, I will give you an example between what and why. I will take a very basic physics example where everyone knows what is Newton's third law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. No problem, sir. I can easily be able to write. If I read the book, we'll be putting it across. Now, the question is not about what is Newton's third law. The question is about why Newton's third law is required. Question, the same Newton's third law will made to look like general from its application point of view, or the entire physics part, if you understand, you'll be able to write. Silviculture is paper 1, section A, unit 1. Silviculture system is paper 1, section A, unit 2. Soil is paper 1, section B, unit 2. Tree breeding, section B, paper 1, unit 4. Mensuration, paper 2, unit 1, paper 2, unit 2. Working plan, paper 2, unit 3. If you know these many units, you can write that one answer, how to increase the productivity of the soil, or how to increase the productivity of forest. Right? When people see about the word productivity, they will write only about soil, only this part. Other units are not been written. How will I know? Only when I understand the subject, I can incorporate the units. This is more important. Let it be forestry or geology or any optional subject that comes with respect to it. Shall I proceed? Right? So understand the myths and misinformations which has been available. Myths and misinformation states that you read one book which is not going to help you at all after 2020. If you look into 2015 question papers and 2020 question papers, you will be able to see huge difference. 23 question papers, you will see huge difference will be there, right? Second, how to write science is something we'll discuss. I will give you a very simple example of writing a science, right? Science, if you are an art optional student, written any of the art optionals in civil services a couple of days before and coming there, you will write something called introduction, context to the question. You will write something called conclusion. You will give your own perspectives to make the questions look better, right? Nothing is going to help in science. Science cannot put it across. I can't write an introduction to my wish for Newton's third law. Newton's third law is Newton's third law. So I have to put what is Newton's third law in that particular area. Second thing, after that, I will have to describe the characteristics or features or fundamental points, anything of this sort, right? Finally, there is no need for something called conclusion. I'll write applications, advantages, disadvantages for a particular science topic. I'm not speaking about Newton's third law. So you write all those things, answer is done, you'll move on, right? This is a kind of a thing where students in the last 13 years, with my experience, what I see that people will be like, sir, introduction has to be written, conclusion, because all the 6-7 years I have been trained to write it, not required. So unclutter your brains from civil service examination and start everything fresh. So if you are fresh mind, it's very easy. If you do not know anything, it's very easy. It's easy to fill within an empty mind rather than a cluttered mind, right? So this is something has to be put across. With respect to Vajiram, what we do in terms of forest service, for forestry, the classroom program starts today, something around 9 a.m., right? And we have another classroom program for geology, which will start on the 5th. Again, we will have orientation at YouTube at 8 a.m. and then we will have we will try orientation even earlier, right? And 5th, I will let you know with respect to it. You can look into the pages of Instagram and Telegram IDs. 5th, the classroom program starts, right? Both the timing is 8 a.m. to 1:30 or 2 p.m. and the courses will not clash with each other. Forestry will go on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Geology will be on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, right? So you will have 2 different timelines for the courses. So this will not clash with each other. The classroom program includes 4 things. You will get the class discussions, you will get subject material books, you will have answer writing practice in the class, and you will also have 4 plus 2 test. 4 will be sectional test, 2 will be full length test, and in the month of November, from 1 to 20, you will have daily answer writing practice. So you will have 2 times answer writing practice. In the month of October, you will have an answer writing practice as part of the class. When the subject gets over, we will have answer writing practice. The sub classes will get completed for both forestry and geology in the month of October before Diwali itself, right? Just before Diwali, the classes will get over. So after that, from November 1 to 20, you will be again having a daily answer writing practice, which a syllabus has been given to you. From the syllabus, you complete it every day. So you will write it, you will complete the portions, you will go to the examination. That's the idea of it. So all this will be covered: class, subject books, answer writing practice, 4 to plus 2 text, and daily answer writing practice. Apart from that, Vajiram will also provide one general knowledge test and general English test in the month of November for the benefit of the students. Before going into the UPSC, you will write one general knowledge paper and one general English paper also. That is available for all. Let it be a classroom student or the test batch students, that will be available. So the final test, when you take it, the 2 full length test of both the optionals will be as a proper structure like UPSC. You will have a general knowledge, general English, forestry 1, forestry 2, geology 1, geology 2. If you have a different optional, whatever the optional that we can provide, that will be taken, but you can take general knowledge and general English as well, right? Apart from that, there is an exclusive test batch. The test batch also for forestry and geology starts in the similar time period. Forestry starts on 2nd of October. We'll have 4 plus 2 test. In the month of November 1 to 20, you will have daily answer writing practice. Apart from that, for the test, you will get test discussion videos. Test discussion videos, number 1. Number 2, you will also get a model answer for forestry. Geology, you will get an answer as a points will be available with respect to it, as bulletins of points will be provided with respect to it. The same nature will go for forestry and geology. Geology orientation, the faculty will be discussing at that point of time how this will be taken into considerations. This is with respect to forestry and geology. I'll open the session for the doubts. So you have questions, we'll discuss with respect to it. Locomotor disability is eligible? Yes. Locomotor disability is eligible on 3 cases. I will just read out the words that is being given by UPSC itself. Low vision, persons with benchmark disability in the categories of low vision, partially deaf, and locomotor disability subcategory includes leprosy cured acid attack victims only. That's a rule book that states, and the notification that states with respect to it. Right? I'll wait for the questions to be put across. Post Forest Service means you will also have interview guidance program for forest services, where you will have classes for forestry, because the question goes technical. So forestry based questions will be available. So situation based questions, we'll discuss both theory part and we'll discuss practical part. We'll discuss about situation based. This we'll discuss. After that, there will be mock panel interviews, which is exclusive for IFoS, not the civil service mock panel, where only IFoS based panels and more IFoS based panels will be available, right? After that, there will also be one-to-one with me, right? That will be there to discuss about it. These are the things that we do post. Both the optional classes in online mode or hybrid mode. Both the classes will go on online mode, aim. Respect to it, but I will be there in Delhi. I can give you the dates when I will be in Delhi. You can discuss with respect to it. So between 5th to 13, I will be in Delhi. 5th, 5 to 13, I will be in Delhi. Similarly, from 21 to 26th, I will be in Delhi. So 2 times I will be in Delhi in the regions. Apart from that, so what we plan is like 1 week Chennai, next week I will be in Delhi, next week again Chennai, next week I will be in Delhi. So this will go on between the two. So apart from the online mode, as of now we have kept it as online mode. So if you have doubts, we can meet. The other faculty, geology faculty, is very friendly. He's a person, he's a very good friend of mine. He is also a person who is very friendly with respect to the students. Whatever the doubts you have, you can drop a message to him in Telegram, and he will reply back even with voice notes and written things if it is required, or mostly as voice notes, he will reply back with respect to it. So this gap of a distance will be bridged. What we found last year is like many students, even in Delhi, wanted to take online mode. We kept online mode last year for the students other than Delhi. But students in Delhi also are requested as online mode, saying that they come from one part of the Delhi to other part, where the metro and the travel itself takes 1 hour one way and 2 hours has been lost on 2 ways. So they kept requesting with respect to having an online mode in Delhi as well. Because the 2 hours is a huge time when you have only 40 days or 50 days of time. So we thought online mode is completely fine with respect to it. Right? But I will be available in Delhi, so whoever is in Delhi and has doubts, we can discuss. Any other doubts? I'll wait for a minute if you have doubts, or else we'll end the session and we'll start the class again. The recordings will be available. Automatically, you will get recordings. So the class details will be like, the classes will go in online mode, number 1. Recordings will be automatically available. It will be available for one-time watch. Right? Your portal is your base, where material, answer writing practice questions, right? Test discussion videos, model answer for forestry, daily answer writing practice question and the test discussion, any notification, and the recorded videos. Everything will be available in the portal. So automatically your portal will give you every single detail within the course section. Any other doubts? So the classes for forestry starts at 9 a.m. We'll start slightly a bit late, something around 9:10 or 9:15 today. And we'll start today at 9:15. The rest of the days, the classes will go from 8 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. or 1:30 p.m. or 2 p.m. Number 1. Number 2, geology will start from 5th of October, and it will also go on the similar lines, 8 to 1:30 p.m. or 2 p.m. Both the classes will not clash. Forestry classes will be in the time periods of Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Geology classes will be on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We'll have both. For classroom program includes, as we discussed earlier, for the questions that people put across. Yeah, classroom includes class, subject materials, class-based AWP, answer writing practice, 4+2 test. Number 1, you will also have daily answer writing practice. Sampath, I am choosing botany and zoology as option. Very difficult to get guide for answer writing with respect to IFoS. Sampath, drop me a mail. As far as possible, I will be able to assist you with respect to it. This is my mail ID, right? After that, I will give you my phone number, right? It's YouTube Live. It is not wise to give the phone number on the YouTube Live, right? karthifcra@gmail.com, right? Drop a mail. We'll be able to assist you. KARTHIFCRI, or else I will write it in capital if you are getting confused. karthifcra@gmail.com. We'll work Sampath together. Sir, I'm in Delhi batch. Can I meet? Yes, I will be on 5th, Sambat. I'm coming on 4th late evening, something around midnight. I will be reaching Delhi. So 5th after something around 11 a.m. we will be able to meet. Drop a mail. I will tell you where and when I will be available. We will meet, right? So don't keep that 11 a.m. in mind. Drop a mail. I will tell you what time we will meet. But we will meet on 5th and 6th time periods. Done? So we'll end the session. And for the classroom students of forestry, the class will start today at 9:15. After that, we'll go on continuously. Most probably today and tomorrow, we'll try to finish the entire silvicultural part. Once we finish the silvicultural part, we move on to silviculture system. The first 3 days, I intend to finish silviculture and at least half of silviculture system. Let's see how far it goes with respect to it. So don't need to worry about it. The silviculture will give you 60 to 70 marks. Silviculture system will give you another 30 to 40 marks. So easily within 2 days of a time period, we will finish something close to 100. And material has been given to you. That handwritten material will be, that typed material will be suffix in greater percentages. We'll also start the class what we will be dealing with the syllabus, what we will not be able to deal, what to take it, how to approach, all this we'll discuss. In each classes, instead of one class in the classroom program, we will discuss about something like, as we continued on discussion on the question pattern and its applications, how GK is been there, how to analyze general English, all analysis will be discussed and which area to focus in the classes, right? Thank you. We'll start the class at 9:15. Thank you.